Hey, hey, hey. Hey, man, we got a Club Car here, 05 President. I'm going to show you how to test it. It's got the black controller. Show you how to test it. See what if you got a problem with it, don't run. Here you go. Watch this. We'll get it running, man. All right, first thing we're going to do is always black lead on main negative during all these tests. Red lead on the main positive. I have a lithium battery, so it's going to be right here. You can see 52 volts. You don't just assume you have voltage there. You hit the gas. When you hit the gas, it don't drop down too much. That tells you the batteries are good. If you see voltage drop down on it, then you know that you have a battery problem or connection problem. The first thing you want to do is you want to test the blue wire on the solenoid. All right, this right here. On your solenoid, you got two posts. You have a small wire, a blue wire, and a blue and white wire. The blue and white wire is your ground. It gets a ground from the controller when you hit the gas if everything checks right. So we're going to put it in here. Now you can see there we have 51.9 volts. So that tells you your key switch is good and your toe switch is good there. All right, so you don't have to worry about testing your toe switch. If you don't have no voltage there, check your toe switch. If you have no voltage on the toe switch, check in the harness because it all gets voltage from this red wire right here that feeds the harness off the solenoid. Now I'm gonna turn the key off. You can see voltage dies out. Turn it back on, we have voltage. So that tells you right there that the key switch is doing its job. If you turn the key on, all right, so if you have no voltage there, take your key switch or your wiring or the toe switch. So what I'm gonna do, plug it back in. Or check pin number 10, the tan wire. And pin number 1 is your yellow wire, 8 pins across the top. So your tan wire is gonna be right here. Check that there, because that there is your output to your key switch. All right, if you have voltage there but don't have it on the blue wire, make sure you're putting it out there. If it is, check your key switch. If not, and you have toe switch voltage, could be a bad controller. Next is we're going to go to the pedal switch. Now we're going to test the potentiometer side of the pedal switch. It's going to be pin number 1, which is your black and white wire. Feeds out 4.6 volts, 4.5 to 5 volts is what it feeds out. If you have voltage there, that's good. If you don't have voltage and you have voltage from your toe switch and voltage from your computer wire, which I'll show you that, then your control is bad, not putting no voltage to the M core. Only seen that happen one time. All right. The number 2 pin is your yellow wire. You can see yellow wire there. And what that is your return from the foot pedal potentiometer or the M core. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it and I'm gonna give it some gas. And you can see the farther I go down with the gas, you have voltage climbing. All right. So that right there tells you that the M core is doing its job. Now say I'm gonna hold the gas pedal down halfway. Now I'm holding it right there. Now you see it staying steady. If you see it doing this right here and you're holding the gas pedal steady, then that means that the M core is bad, it's fluctuating. So what you'll notice there is your golf cart is surging while you're driving, or it'll surge at top speed. If it does, it's not the speed sensor, it's going to be your M core. All right, always remember that. So then what we're going to do, you never see this go bad, but it's best to check it. Pin number 3 is going to be your ground for the M core. All right, and what you want to do there is I'm gonna take my black lead and put it on the positive because I got my clamp on it. But you should see battery voltage negative there, and you can see I got the negative in front of it because I got the black lead on the red and not the red on the black. So you want to put your red lead on the positive, black lead there. You should have voltage. If you don't have voltage there, your controller is bad. You could just run a ground to it and bypass that circuit of the controller. but that's rare. And then what we're going to do is we're going to test pin number 5 here, which is your blue wire. You remember I was telling you about the blue wire? It's pin number 5. You got the 1, 2, 3, 4 blank. 5 is your computer wire. If you have no voltage there, you want to go to your onboard computer plug, which is going to be your 6-pin plug like this. You'll see a white wire. You check voltage on your white wire, you should have battery voltage. I did lithium on this here, so I cut mine and bypassed it. I just tied the blue and the white together. If you have no voltage on the white wire, then it's going to be in the harness. All right, if everything else checks fine. If you don't have no voltage, if you have voltage on the white wire and not the blue wire, you can take a paper clip and jump them 2 wires together and see if it runs. If it does, you can cut the wires and tie them together like I did, because that's just the running side of the controller, or you can buy a new OBC. It's up to you. All right. And then your next wire is going to be your green wire, pin number 6. This is your Microswitch wire. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the gas. I have it neutral. And you can see when I hit the gas, I have 52 volts. Now, if you have no voltage there and your key's on, replace the M-core Microswitch. Now, if you wanted to, you could take it. My M-core is here. If you wanted to, you could take it, pull up on this here to test it. You could unplug the M-core here. I'll get unplugged. That bad boy stuck. All right, but you take that there, unplug it, and jump it with a paper clip. If it runs, you know it's bad. But one thing about it though, if you wanted to, you could just hook them wires together and just bypass it permanent, because the solenoid will not engage unless you have a reading from the potentiometer. All right. But the drawback to bypassing it is if you bypass it and the potentiometer sticks down, as soon as you turn the key on, it's going to run wide open, or it might not run because it's going to sense a high pedal disable. It really shouldn't run because it's going to sense a high pedal disable, so it should shut the car down, but you never know. If it was mine, I'd bypass it, but I'm not telling y'all to bypass it, because it's up to you what you want to do. Now, next pin we're going to do is the 7-pin, which is going to be your orange and white wire. And what that is, that's your reverse buzzer. And the way that works is you're going to have hot voltage out constant, because it makes a noise with the ground side of the controller. All right. So then we're going to test pin number 8, which is going to be your white wire. This is the forward side of the F and R switch. All right. So we're going to put it in forward. You see you have voltage there. I got it in reverse. I have no voltage. In forward, if you have no voltage, check your forward and reverse switch. But before you replace the forward and reverse switch, take it out, check the orange wire on the forward and reverse switch, and make sure you're feeding voltage there. If you're not feeding voltage there and everything else checks good, inside your harness there is a connection where wires connect together. Check that to make sure that it's not broke. Now that we checked that, let's check pin number 16, which is going to be your blue wire, which is right here. This is going to be your reverse. This is your reverse side of the switch. I'm gonna put it in reverse. You can see there I have 52 volts, so that tells you the reverse side is good. Neutral, nothing. Forward, nothing. So you want to make sure, if you don't have voltage there, do the same thing I said about the forward position. Pin number 10 is your key switch output. We already tested that one. Then we're going to go with the blue and white wire, which is going to be your ground for the key switch, for the solenoid. Now you notice, if you're testing it right there, the blue and white wire, it shows that it has a hot voltage, but it's not a hot. Watch it, when I hit the gas, see how voltage goes away, but if I take my black lead or your red lead and put it on the positive, watch what it does when you hit the gas. See, it turns it to a ground. And the reason it's showing a hot, because it's just reading over between the small post on the solenoid. All right, it's just bleeding over voltage, no amp draw. That's what throws a lot of people off, man. Ignore it. It's just dead voltage. You're going to show voltage on all 4 posts because all the solenoid is copper windings, and it just bleeds over from one post to the next. But it's really dead voltage. All right, the next thing we're going to test is the speed sensor. Let's see. Which is a black and white wire. 13, so we got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 right here. You can see there we have voltage. Now that's the ground side speed sensor voltage. If you don't have no voltage there, replace the controller. If everything else checks good. Now we're going to test the hot side of the speed sensor, which is going to be, I'm going to get it in there, pin number 15. That's just the high side. Now you can see there you have 15 volts, which is perfect. That's what you should have. Now we're going to test the speed sensor itself. And you can see we have 5 volts. Alright. This is on the green wire, pin number 14. I'm going to hit the gas. You can see as you're rolling, voltage is going down. Alright. In reverse. You can see in reverse, it starts out at 0 volts and goes up. But that there tells you that your speed sensor is doing good. Now if you hit the gas like this and it doesn't change and the car is moving, that means your speed sensor is bad. All right. Right now I'm just pushing the car by hand, and you can see it changing. I ain't even hitting the gas. I'm just driving, pushing it. So if you see no fluctuation on pin number 14, the green wire, red lead there, black lead main negative, that tells you that the speed sensor is bad. And you can see me hit the gas again. Now you see right there it showed no voltage when everything just died down. So when you hit the gas, it shows 5 volts, starts out and goes down like that. All right, that tells you the speed sensor is good. Remember that, man. A lot of people ask me how to test the speed sensor. I've never showed y'all before, but now you see how to test it. And really, man, that's it. Other than we're going to test the output from the controller. And what I'm going to do is take this here. I'm going to use my, imagine this is your red lead. This is your black lead. All right. What we're going to do first, test the solenoid. We're going to test the battery side of the solenoid. Which side I'm on a red wire as well. All right, going back to the negative. I had it backwards. This is the battery side of the solenoid. You have voltage. Now I'm going to the other side of the solenoid. It gets hot when you hit the gas. Now if you look at it there, you have battery voltage. There again, it's just dead voltage. It's reading across the resistor that's from big post to big post. All right, now I'm going to hit the gas. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to hit the gas. You can see voltage changes because you're putting under load now and you're engaging the solenoid. If the solenoid clicks and when you hit the gas, these two don't match for voltage, replace the solenoid. All right, so now we're going to test the output of the controller. Imagine this is your red lead here. You're putting on the positive, and then you're putting the black lead on the main negative, which is going to be your green wire here. Excuse me, your white wire, which is B negative, M negative. That's voltage output from the controller. Let me get it in there. And what you want to see there is when you hit the gas, voltage goes up with the car moving. You can see I'm hitting the gas, and you can see we have voltage. All right, at full pedal, you should get battery voltage, so 50 volts. If you hit the gas, the solenoid clicks, everything else checks good, but this wire here, the white wire, which is M negative, does not change. Replace the controller. All right. So let me say this again. Pin number 1 is going to be your white wire, 5 volts constant. Number 2, the yellow wire. As you hit the gas, it gets 5 volts. All right. At full pedal. Pin number 3 is just your ground for the M core. Pin number 5 is going to be your onboard computer wire. Has to have voltage for the car to run. Pin number 6 is going to be your microswitch wire from the accelerator. All right. And you can see Pin number 6 beside the blue wire, the green wire. Pin number 7 is just a hot for the reverse buzzer. Pin number 8, which is your white wire right here, that's going to be your forward side. Reverse is going to be your gray wire. Excuse me. Reverse is going to be, which is your blue wire. Pin number 15 is the high side of the speed sensor. That means you're going to show bad at 15 volts is what it works off of. 14 is going to be your output from the speed sensor to the motor. That tells it should go 5 to 0, 0 to 5, depending which direction. Pin number 13 is low side of the speed sensor, should be a hot ground, a ground voltage. And then you got pin number 12 is your ground for the solenoid, and then 10 is the key switch sonic weld. So the main thing is, man, the tan wire, make sure you have voltage output here. If you do, you should have everything else in good. But all right, man, stay tuned, man. I'll post some more. If you got any questions, you can always dial 843-595-1611 for $35. You get your golf cart fixed. You get in touch with me, get your golf cart fixed. If you can't figure this out, give me a call. But always remember one thing, man. Watch my other videos. That's the main thing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Post 2 videos a week. If you become a member, I have over, I think, 120 videos scheduled up until the end of next year, and I'm steady adding daily. Stay tuned, man. Always remember, hey, hey, hey.